Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about 10 commonly asked questions about applying dermatology. I know we are getting very close to the application, submitting the application, so I wanted to get this video out really quickly to you all. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. I am a dermatology resident and I give advice based on my own life experiences. I drop gems almost weekly about not just dermatology residency, but residency in general, applying to med school, the pre-med journey, all of it. If that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure that you subscribe to my channel now. All right, so let's get started with question number one. When to contact program directors of programs that you're interested in, or program chairs of programs that you're interested in? And the answer is now. Right now, medical students are reaching out to the programs that they're interested in and letting them know that they're interested in the program. If you have a program you're really interested in, reach out now. Let them know. Be on their radar before applications even go out, so you already have a head start. All right. The next question, who should be your letter writers? Well, your letter writers should definitely be people who know you very well, can speak highly of you, will strengthen your application, and really can speak to great attributes of you. So if you were working in a research project with someone and with a mentor, when you were on your derm rotation, you got to know an attending, have them write your letters. More importantly, the people who you don't want to write letters for you are people who barely know you, who could barely talk strong attributes about you, such as if you were rotating on a derm rotation and you were a group of many, and even if you were rotating with an attending, they never really spoke to you, got to know you at all. Those aren't really people you want to who have vouched for you. If they can't really talk about you, they can't really see good things about you, can't really tell people why you stand out from the bunch of other applicants who are applying this season. All right, should you dual apply? This is a very personal answer. I did dual apply and I did make a video on that will be coming out next week, so stay tuned for that. How important is the personal statement? The personal statement is very important. Make sure you have people reading the personal statement. It is going to help make someone remember you. When you have an application, a lot of things kind of start looking monotonous, such as your step score, AOA. But if you have a personal statement that is unique, something about your story captures someone, that definitely can help shape your outcome for the interview season on how many interviews you can get. So really spend a lot of time on that personal statement. I did make a video over a year ago now, or about a year ago now, about the personal statement, because even applying to med school, applying to residency, it's all just as important. How many programs to apply to? Again, this is a very personal answer for each person. Personally, what I did is that I went onto the AAMC website. I went ahead and just plugged in dermatology and looked at the stats of the average amount of applications students were sending in. Then on that website, it also tells you, based on your step score, how many applications how many programs you can apply to, until it becomes like irrelevant of how many interviews you're likely to get. So I used that number to gauge around how many applications I should send in. So I applied about 70 something programs for dermatology itself. Like I said, I did dual apply, so that's a whole nother conversation. And that's how I went ahead and decided to how many programs I wanted to apply to. So to each their own. I know people who apply to 40. I know people who apply to every dermatology program that there is. So that's really up to you. But I do think that everyone should apply broadly, because dermatology is just so competitive. How to choose programs? What I did is that I did research on programs. I went on their website. I looked at what they consider their strengths to be. I looked to see if they have any residents who say a little bit of something about their program, on their website. I also looked at pictures of residents and the little bios of residents to just see. I looked at the little, not really bio, but description of their residents to see what programs the residents are coming from. So for example, if you're trying to go to Texas and everyone in that program is from Texas, it would have swayed me to less likely apply to that program. However, every year is so different that some years, a program that's really well known for always taking their own 1 year, they just might take a whole bunch of residents that are not from their home, that are from other states, other programs. So you just never know. But if you are on a limit on how many programs you want to apply to, if you're torn in between, especially when it comes to how much money you want to spend when it comes to applying, those are the little things that I did look for. Other things that I did is I spoke to residents about programs where they interviewed at and their thoughts on it. I spoke to mentors about programs as well. And I also talked to graduated med students. So like the people, so the med students who are a year above me and just graduated, they would be the ones who are more recent and more aware of what's currently going on in programs. So I'd ask them about their thoughts on programs as well. But quite honestly, like I said, I apply broadly. You don't really get to know a lot about a program unless you did it in a way or until your interviews, unfortunately. But that's how you get your head start of who to apply to. Another question I've often received is, can you use research projects that aren't published and place it onto your ERAS application? And the answer is yes. I had more projects that were in progress than actually published on my ERAS application. So yes, you can do that for your own application. And make sure you put anywhere where any conference that you have presented the project as well. Can you use the same personal statement that you use for dermatology for your transition year or prelim year applications? And the answer is yes, you can. How many transitional year or prelim programs to apply to? So I don't have a perfect answer on that one, but what I would say is apply to more than you expect, especially if you're trying to match into bustling cities or where you know a lot of people are trying to go into, because when you're applying for prelim and transitional year programs, you're also competing with all the other competitive applicants for all the other specialties. So I know a lot of people said, oh, those are like really easy, just apply to 10. No, I would suggest applying to more. I wanted to be in the heart of the city, and I actually didn't get that. I ended up being in the suburbs of the city. So I would say apply to more than you really expect. So more than 10, so maybe between 10 and 20. Who should read your personal statement? Well, the person who should read your personal statement honestly can be anyone, but it should definitely be a derm mentor and maybe a dean in your school who knows about applying to residencies and what they're looking for. So maybe your dean of students, a derm mentor, the program chair, the program director of your dermatology program at your institute. I had the program chair of dermatology read my paper. I had my dean of students read my paper. And also I had my mom read my paper. I had my boyfriend read my paper. I had them read the paper because I wanted my paper to be simply get across a message, because you just want it as simple and catching to anyone. And so I had them read it as well. And then the derm mentor and the dean of students really were there to give the more professional help. And let me tell you, with those people reviewing my paper, I made about 8 drafts. Like, that was such a stressful process. So, be patient with it. My final personal statement, I absolutely loved. And like the way I started to how I ended is absolutely crazy. And I really give it up to the people who were so patient with me with my personal statement. I also had a derm resident also read my paper as well. So that's already 5 people. And I think I had more, and I'm sorry if I missed anyone, because I really am grateful for everyone who played a role of me matching into dermatology. But those are the main ones that I can think of. So I already named 5. I had a lot of people do it, and I really suggest that you put in the effort of having multiple different people read your personal statement, because like I said, it's a very important part of your application. So that's it, y'all. Those were 10 commonly asked questions that I get about applying to dermatology. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you want me to make more videos on applying derm as we're getting closer to the application season. Next week, I will be posting a video about dual applying, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe to my channel so you know when I drop these gems for y'all. And like this video if it was helpful, and check me out on Instagram if you haven't already at the Real Skin I'm In MD. And thank y'all for your support. I love chatting with y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.